I think the coolest thing we all got this week is going to be the black spindle.
Everybody did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
did it,
everybody
right?
did it. Yeah,
I know.
I did it.
And
You got it,
people-
right?
1:55 a.m. it
Yeah.
dropped out
Yeah.
of it. Thank goodness.
So the Black Spindle is pretty much year two's Black Hammer. It's an exotic. You fire 3 precision shots in a row, and it automatically refills your ammo from the reserves. It is a really, really good sniper rifle, but the quest itself was really exciting. Fran, you did it. Why don't you tell us what you had to do to make this happen?
Yeah, well, thankfully, friends of Fireteam Chat were on, and apologies that I didn't have the names prepared, so maybe a shout-out later. But anyway, so there was a few folks on. I actually hopped into the daily, and I was by myself.
Hey, guys, what you doing? Oh, why'd I get
and
this
they sort
exotic?
of just hopped in. Well, no, I was going in there and hoping someone would join. It was already midnight.
So you knew about Black Spindle?
Oh, yeah, I knew about it.
Okay.
And I have not had a ton of time to play.
Yeah.
And so I hop in, and I'm kind of just waiting for a second, and then boom, someone hops in, and it was totally
yeah.
oh, they're like, yeah, I just did it. You want to do it? I was like, yes, please. Let's do it. So
You didn't two-man it, did you?
no, he had someone else who had just did it.
There
with
you
him.
go.
So, the way it works, right, is there's a secret pathway as part of that daily mission, the Lost Light.
You
right?
can't. Your whole team can't die. You died and then go back to orbit.
You basically complete the mission as you're sort of running back. There's a side path that someone discovered. You go up where you normally chase down. What's his name?
Skolas. Not Skolas.
Tannix.
Tannix.
So anyway, you go up there and you're sort of in that same arena. But anyway, a timer begins once you get through this door. And so you're clearing rooms, then you got to make it to the end, and you got to beat the boss as well as clear the room. And so it's one of those
10
timer
minutes.
quests.
You have
10
to kill
minutes.
everything in the catch in 10 minutes.
And what it is those blights are spawning taken. And so if you don't take
9
out...
blights show up. You got to take them out. You got to take out all the taken. You got to take out the boss.
Especially
So
the
it's
Scions, because they just double up
So-
every
yeah.
couple seconds.
So it's raid level strategy, actually. I wouldn't say the difficulty was raid level, but the strategy was there. We're like, man, these things are coming at you. The last room's very hard. But anyway, it's, as always with these, down to the T, and you had to get everything right. And so it took us actually, we were lucky. I think it only took us 4 or 5 times. Some people were in there, classic, first Skolas, when House of Wolves came out, people were in there for 7-8 hours. So anyway, is that a good description of kind of what happened? And then you get
definitely.
the Black Spindle as a drop.
Yeah.
So this was.
And you can get a ship and a shader. I didn't get either of those.
What?
I
Really?
didn't like those.
Yeah,
Oh
you
wow.
can.
Maybe on a first try or something.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I didn't get it.
No, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah, I
what
didn't
the
get it either.
prerequisite is.
So so in order to get the Destiny review out the door, I stayed up Sunday. We started the raid at 4 p.m. We didn't stop until 4 a.m. That's why.
yeah.
You
I'll
were
bring
in
this
there
up
for
later.
12
But the
hours?
opening graph of the review is 100% based on a true story, and so so I've been waking up at different times of day, and it was 4 a.m. And I log into Destiny, and my good friend of the show, Mark McDonald, he jumps into my party and goes, "So there's this alternate exit to today's daily, and if you get basically Black Hammer year 2, and you have 10 minutes to clear the catch." And he's saying all these insane things, and it's 4 in the morning, and I say, "Mark, are you trolling right now?"
He's in
I
Japan.
don't understand.
It's only 8 p.m. at night for him or whatever.
He's in Japan, and so I was just he's like, "Dude, no, I'm not. It's on the front page of Reddit, right now."
Yeah.
No, it sounded fantastic. It was wait, 10
It sounded
minutes.
fake at first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was
You're
like, this
what?
can't be real. And so we tried in the morning, and we failed a bunch of times because by that point too, no one had really
tired,
figured
yeah.
out a strat. Also, we weren't really focusing on the right thing. So the mistake you make when you walk in that room is you want to take out the boss when really you have to take out the blights. So anyway, we failed 3 times in the morning, and then we're like, okay, screw it. We'll be back at 10 tonight. We'll get it done. We did it on the first try.
Oh, wow.
We studied up later that night.
Yeah.
And we got it. And it was just one of those holy cow, I've got this 310 weapon that then we found out was not supposed to be a 310 weapon.
Yeah, by the way, so if you got a Black Spindle and it's at 310.
By the way, huge deal.
Yeah, you should infuse it with something else because Bungie is going to patch the Black Spindle so it's a 290 weapon, which is what all exotics are supposed to drop at.
Right.
So it's actually really important that you consider that it will drop to 290 eventually, or you can infuse it, and if you do that, that other weapon will remain unaffected.
They've made it clear they're not
Yeah.
going to, if you've infused it into something else, they're
Which
not
I
going to
did
penalize you
immediately.
for that. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
it as well. I'm like, I'm not going to attach to this
Yeah.
310. I'm getting rid of it now. So
And then you can
infuse
Yeah.
or lose
I love that
2015. That's
campaign.
your job. Yeah.
Infuse or lose 26.
15.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Oh.
also available to
into that.
buy at 300, which is also a bug. So you can buy them and infuse. All your weapons
That's
should be
the real
300 right now.
So,
For
it's a
special.
little too late if you don't have it now. But the point is, if you do have it, you want to
Yeah.
strategize. Okay, first of all, start buying the blueprints,
Yeah.
and hopefully you have some legendaries that you can just infuse that power into. That little bit
Or exotics.
extra.
Get your
or
Tesla up to
exotics.
300.
Exactly. So you can do that. But then, the Black Hammer itself, that 310, wherever you put that, that's a one-time affair.
Yeah.
So I still have mine. I'm banking on that I'm going to play the raid this weekend, use it,
Use
but
it, then
I
infuse
need
it.
to infuse it, use it,
Yeah.
then infuse it or lose it is where I'm at. But the point is, man, I hope they don't do some hot fix on like Saturday or I'll be like, no.
Well, they
I'll,
said
like,
in yesterday's
miss that.
update that the next patch is going to be in October. So
Yeah.
one would assume that's the patch that will nerf
Yeah,
the
I have
gun.
never seen them patch something like that. Their priority list of
just-
to-dos, this is not that big a deal.
They did a hot fix where they made it so the 3 of coins acts differently. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did a hot fix for this. And they
That's
did that
true.
yesterday.
But it's already over, right? So damage done, right? They don't need to do anything until
yeah,
it comes
but-
back again.
Yeah.
But they can't stop you from getting 300s right now. To
That is a good point. So
To
they need to do
boost
that.
up your special
They
weapons.
can,
Yeah.
they can
Anyway,
stop me
so-
from having enough glimmer to get 300. Yeah.
So make sure you take advantage of that. Infuse it or lose it.
Yeah.
And the weapon itself is great, though. And this is where, man, the blueprint system, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
awesome. Because now I tread that thing, and I know that I can just grab it again.
Yeah,
and it's
for a
not
shard
like
and
the
a
end of the
little
world.
glimmer.
Well, and it complements infusion so well because anytime now that you get a weapon and you have an opportunity to bring that weapon up a little bit if it's below 280 or 290
Yeah.
or what have you. Well, if you buy it from the kiosk, it's 280, but still that's useful for me because like on Xbox, my character is not 280 or 290 light. He's
Yeah.
like at 240 something.
Yeah.
Whereas on PS4, I'm on 299, so it's
Yeah.
not quite as useful, but I could at least salvage some weapons I like.
But anyway, very cool mission. Can I actually ask, too, do you guys think the idea, I'm sure, is it's always in Lost Light as a daily. So when it comes back, that you'll be able to chase this exotic at any
Yeah.
point in time? I assume that's it?
Yeah, but it has to be the daily mission. That was confirmed
Yeah.
by Bungie, actually.
but-
I actually really love this, and that's actually what we're talking about in this segment. It's just like, this is a great new mechanic from Bungie. It gives you a reason to sign on like every day. It's like, oh my God, today's daily. You get the exotic that you can only get today. I
Very
have to
smart.
play. And it's really challenging. Some people have said it's like raid level strategy.
Yeah,
And
no, it's a very smart direction too because we've seen Bungie in prior, expansions revisit spaces and sort of have missions that go in different directions. But to now find out that in some of them there is this, I saw on Reddit someone called it like a Star Fox ending, like an alternate path that leads to a different conclusion, but that if you clear it, you're getting not only the marks for the day on the daily, but you're getting something very cool. It's got everyone panicking. Like now everyone wants to check the daily heroic and say, well, what's the next thing?
Right.
Where am I going to find Sleeper? Is it Simulant or Stimulant?
Yeah,
I forget.
Sleeper
Like,
Simulant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where am I going to find that? Where am I going to find this next thing? Like it does set off this sort of thinking that what you thought the way these missions work actually doesn't work that way at
Yeah.
all.
What I like
It has
about
everybody, like, there's a whole Reddit thread about, like, here's some other missions and what we think could be possible on them, and they're already guessing, for a future update.
of course they're like, what are the other exit? If
Yeah.
there's- but there's got to be like, anyway, time to explore. This mission was interesting that it kind of ended, and then you had like the mission complete comes up, and then you're
Yeah.
kind of like running out. So it was a very unique mission.
Yeah. Well, and the clue to the whole thing was in front of us the whole time because if you dismantled Black Hammer, you got a rune that had these markings that matched the markings on the door. And people put it together afterwards. They're like, oh my God, like we should have known.
Yeah.
But I mean, who could have?
Who discovered
I wonder
it?
what you
That's
do
what I
with-
want to know.
My favorite part of that actually
Who
was
was the
the
first?
the thread on Reddit where he basically called out. I'm trying to find it. So the post was by Takias Taco, and he calls out thanks to my amazing and idiotic friend r/user Chatigans for accidentally boarding the catch. It was a complete accident.
Oh, wow.
I love
They're
that.
probably just messing around. Hey, I went over here. Hey, the
Do you
elevator.
think that was the first
whoops.
person that did it? Is that the route
Yeah,
we see?
I think
probably.
that's the first time it
awesome.
showed up.
That's
I'm
great.
pretty
And
sure.
then, it just spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, what I like it, I love it and I hate it. I love it because not only does it drop an exotic that I can get, like guaranteed, thank you, right? Like none more of this grinding for 12 hours. Like I get
Yeah.
a guarantee, and that's awesome.
Or getting
It's a
dissed
reason
by
to
the
play.
night
Yeah,
fall.
you only grind for 4 hours.
Well, thank you. I
Yeah.
didn't have to.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, it
other
beats
people
getting
figured it out
dissed by the
first.
nightfall is all I'm saying. Like those were the days.
I got 3 of coins from the
But,
Nightfall
so
the
I-
first
I
week,
love-
and this week's tough. So,
This week's really hard.
So I love that. And then actually the boss fight it's fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like it's nonsense. It really was actually kind of fun to get there in that rush.
Yeah.
So I like that it actually, that pairs well.
There's a
What
sense
I
of
don't like
urgency.
though is, now all of a sudden there's this daily and I'm like, crap, if I miss it, I have to, I'm going to miss it for how long? Would it be 3 weeks? Would it be 2 weeks? Who knows?
Yeah.
But then
I think
it's
it'll
a daily.
be
I think it's
every
going to be
week,
fairly
once a
rotational.
week,
It'll be out there somewhere.
Once a week or every like 4 or 5
Meaning I only
days.
have so much time, so now there's another one of those like I'm going to stay up until like 3 a.m. Which I did, and I'm like, oh crap.
Oh,
We're
it's
doing
here.
that
I gotta
anyway.
get it.
Stop
I know,
it.
let's face it.
Don't pretend.
I know, but I could have been in the Court of Oryx or something instead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's really cool. Let's move on to the next topic while we're talking about exotics.